Good morning. I don't have my thingy bob straight behind me, so just ignore that. I've been moving it around. I use it for some videos and not for others. All right. Hey, good morning. It is Friday, so let's talk a little bit about the week in review. We're going to talk a little bit about real estate. And honestly, guys, I've got all these crazy, well, not crazy, but I've got all these things just running around in my head. So, hey, good morning, Holly. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all, I apologize. I am not as consistent with these things as I used to be. Um, I don't have an excuse, so why am I trying to make one up? I just am not as consistent as I used to be with my coffee with Wayne. I think when I changed over to doing just a couple of days a week, that actually makes it harder than when I did every day of the week. I don't think I'll go back to doing every day of the week. Hey, good morning, Jack. Good to see you, sir. Fellow coffee aficionado. But I don't think I'll go back to doing every day of the week. It was just a lot with everything I have going on in my normal world with having a team I run now. And, it's funny because most days I get up early, but then some days I don't, and then I get behind. So I'll keep doing these. I'll try to keep doing them on Mondays and Fridays, but I'll try and definitely do them on Fridays. I keep my Fridays a little bit lighter. So here's what I'm seeing in the market. Let's just get this out there and out of the way. I hear, and I'm sure you guys, if you watch the news, or most of us talk something real estate, you hear it somewhere, especially if you follow any of us realtors online. We're always talking about interest rates and things. I'm really trying to get away from talking about that so much now because it's kind of that dead horse we've been beating. But yes, interest rates are a thing, right? They're going to do what they're going to do. I did a video. I haven't posted it yet. I think I just need to post it and stop trying to make it perfect. Where I talked about the state of the industry and what's going on in real estate and in our market, and talked a little bit on that, and I'll post it later. I just need to edit out a few ums and ahs in there. But really what's going on right now is our job rates are good, so unemployment is low, inflation is still high, prices on homes are still high, and what that means is people do have money, they have more money to spend. People are actually still spending money, but what the government wants is they want to push that inflation back down, and they want to push prices, home prices rather, back down. The last time this happened, and let me see if I can show you a quick little show on this. This is probably the easiest one, and I think my camera might be in blur mode. But if you see here, there's this part in the middle here. It's about a 5-year trend for prices to start coming back down. Right now, they are above where the government wants them to be. So it could take 5 years for interest rates to come down, is what I'm saying to you in my roundabout way, because obviously with the government, nothing changes quickly. So with that, my message to you this morning is if you want to buy a damn house, buy a damn house, right? The interest rates are going to be what the interest rates are going to be. If you're fortunate and you have some money saved, or we negotiate the seller to pay some concessions, you can buy those points down a little bit and get around that, 6.5%. We've all said it, you've all heard it. Those of us that have been around longer and have seen interest rates in the double digits before, right? So really where we are right now is not that bad, but it's all relevant, correct? So people very quickly made 2.5% and 3% the norm during the pandemic. I cannot emphasize or stress enough that was not the norm. We were in a pandemic. There were so many things going on with our economy. The government didn't want us to shut down, right? The biggest threat to our democracy is our economy. So the government had to step in. So that's why you saw those low rates. So we've moved past it. It's 2024 now. We're not going to get those rates back. I don't think we'll ever see those again in my lifetime. If something else happens crazy in the world, we may, but I wouldn't count on that. So again, if you want to buy a house, buy a house. You can talk to a realtor. I would love to answer any questions, whether you're in my state or not. I can connect you with somebody in any state, right? So there you go. That's your real estate update. I am seeing more movement in the market. Things are. I went around a neighborhood yesterday knocking on doors. I've got a listing that I'm trying to move. It's slightly distressed. It's a beautiful home. We just lowered the price. So if you're looking to buy something in pace, I have an amazing deal out there for you. Just give me a call or a DM and I can tell you all about it. But I was knocking on doors, and every single person, first, they were worried that this house was going to lower the value in the neighborhood. And the way that generally works, yes, it will be taken into consideration, but we will mark it as a distressed property because it is in need of some repairs. So that will be taken into consideration when the appraisal happens if you go to sell your house. So that was the biggest concern. And then the second concern everyone had was the question I always get is, what's going on in the market? And that's very vague. So if you ever ask me that, I'm going to say, you know what? There's a lot going on in the market. Let's break that down. Tell me exactly what you want to know about the market. Most people are just kind of making conversation because they're like, this realtor's going to go on and on if I don't say something. But some people are really curious and genuinely interested. So I try to tease out, what are you really wanting to know about the market? Are you thinking about entering the market as a seller? Are you thinking about entering the market as a buyer? Because those markets right now are very different. And they always are, right? Because a buyer's looking for something different than a seller. But they both want to meet in the middle and sell a property and buy a property. So I always want to know a little more detail about what you're really looking for in the market. And then we can talk about how the market really is. So right now for sellers, you have to price appropriately. I've been saying this for a while now. It's more true now than it was when I first started saying it. So you really have to make sure you're ready to sell, your house is ready, it's presentable, and we price it appropriately. So whether you're working with me or another realtor, always listen to what they're telling you about the market updates. One of the things I do for my clients and neighborhoods that I work with is I send out this lovely quarterly report, and it tells you about real estate in that neighborhood, because every neighborhood is different. Every neighborhood's going to have a micro market, so to speak. So if you're interested in that too, I'm plugging all my wares this morning, guys. If you're interested in that, just send me a message. I'm more than happy to send you. I don't have to send you, I try not to send out a lot of paper. I can put you on my quarterly email update that tells you about your neighborhood. Okay, so that's enough real estate. I'm tired of talking about it. Talk about it all the time. Have a sip of coffee there. So what's going on in my garden? That's really the most important thing, right? So I haven't talked a lot about it this year. Y'all, I'm not having the luck this year I had last year. I don't know if the potting mix, because I have a raised garden, I'm not sure if the potting mix I bought this year, I bought it from the same place I always do. It's a special mix from a local nursery. I don't know if it's that, if it's the weather, if it's the plants, if it's the seeds I bought, because, I like to grow a lot from seeds. But here's what I've got in the garden so far. I've got tomatoes. I've got, as we say back where I'm from, crookneck squash. So I've got yellow squash growing. I've got some zucchinis growing. I've already harvested a zucchini. I've already harvested a couple of my cherry tomatoes. I also had a few pumpkin seeds. Well, not a few. I had a packet of pumpkin seeds, I think they're called sugar pumpkins, that I didn't grow last year. I've always wanted to grow pumpkins and never had a lot of luck with it. So I've got 3 pumpkin vines growing at the moment. And then of course I've got my chocolate my chocolate sunflowers, some zinnias. I've got a golden raspberry that I ordered last year that's producing this year. My oranges, my orange tree is full. My lime tree didn't do so well over the cooler part of this winter, so it looks like a bush right now and there's really nothing on it. So it probably won't do anything. But that's what I've got in the garden. Do I have anything else? Oh, I've got a passion fruit I'm trying to grow. So we'll see if that turns into anything. And one of these days I'll walk you around in the garden. The biggest thing is consistent watering. That's really hard here in Florida because the days get so hot. So what I did this year is I've set one zone in my sprinklers to run every morning for like 15 minutes. So it gives them a nice little drink in the morning before the heat gets started. I mean, we've already been up in the mid to high 80s this already. It's not even summer. So that's what's going on in the garden, and I just love it. I don't have as much time lately to get out there as I used to, but I'm slowly reincorporating that into my morning routine so that I go out there with the dogs in the morning and pick anything off I need to pick off. And it's just really relaxing to me. So if you're a gardening person, I love, hey, good morning, Randy. Good to see you there, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while. But there are a few garden spots around I like to go to. There's one over in Alabama. There's a couple here in Pensacola. So if you ever need a good contact of where to go get some good healthy plants, nothing against the big box stores. I just find I've had better fruit and just better luck with something from a local nursery rather than a big box shop. All right, well, if you're looking for things to do this weekend, there's lots going on in downtown Pensacola. There's a parade. I didn't pay attention to it, so I apologize. I think it's tomorrow. But anyway, just go on your Facebook and go to events. You can see everything that's going on. Don't forget about the downtown market on Saturday and Sunday. It's right downtown on Palafox, up in the Martin Luther King Plaza. And then I think they're still doing the one down at the end around the Ferdinand Plaza. There are little pop-up markets all over Pensacola right now. I went last week, I was showing some property on a Saturday, which I don't do a whole lot anymore. I really try to work Monday through Friday now that I'm in charge of a team versus being a single agent. But I was going around with some clients on Saturday, and there's a super cute market down on 12th Street down in East Hill. If you haven't checked that out, you have to check it out. It's really cute, lots of crafts and things. Sorry, my neighborhood is buzzing this morning. Everybody's out there just walking. I see everybody doing their thing. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I try to keep these less than 20 minutes. We're at about 14 minutes right now, and I know we've all got a short attention span these days, myself included. Thanks so much for watching me. I appreciate it. If you ever need any advice or if you'd ever like for me to talk about something in particular, please feel free to DM me. I'm always happy to talk about things or learn about things maybe I don't know. I've really been working toward growing a good enough presence that I can start traveling around, not all the time, but going around and speaking at conferences and things. So if you ever know an opportunity for that, I'm always here for it. Just drop a DM, and if I can work it out in my schedule or if I feel like I really have enough on that subject to talk about, then I'll definitely get it on my calendar. Have a great day. Get out there and enjoy this weather before it gets too hot to enjoy it. And always remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, always, always be you. And I will see you the next time. Have a great day. And I didn't get my setup going, so you're just going to have to watch me for a minute here while I grab the next little slide. See you next time.